So we head over to our Kraken here. Over the past week, played 4 games as we're looking up to finish out the regular season. On the 18th, played the Ottawa Senators in a 4-2 win. Player of the game would be forward Victor Rask, scoring 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 points, a 1+- with 3 shots on goal in his 499th NHL game. So a nice win there for Seattle. April 20th versus the Colorado Avalanche, the best team in the Western Conference. Seattle would win that game, holding on to a 3-2 win. Player of the game, defenseman Will Borgen with 1 assist, 1 point, a 1+-, 1 shot on goal, 3 hits, and 2 blocks. Again, the best team in the West. Victor Rask did play in his 500th career NHL game, so congratulations to Victor for that. April 26th at the Minnesota Wild on the road, a 3-6 loss. Seattle had a lead going into that second period, and they gave up, I think, 5 goals in the second period. So collapse there. Player of the game for Jared McCann with 2 assists, 2 points, a 1+-, and 2 shots on goal. And then April 23rd at the Dallas Stars, a 2-3 loss, another collapse in the second period there. Player of the game for Yanni Gourde with 1 goal, 1 point on 5 shots on goal, recording his 100th career goal. So kind of a split there over the past week. You get those 2 wins at home. And then, against Dallas there, just Dallas and Minnesota, the second period collapses. Just, it's stuff from a team. This is the team that's in 8th in the Pacific Division, near the bottom of near the basement in the NHL. I don't expect a ton more.
Yeah.
It's just like, you've been playing better as of late. I would have liked you to continue that, but it's near the end of the season. These guys are almost done with regular season, so I'm interested to see how they fully close that out, because these next 4 games are their last for their inaugural season. So we have a little prospect check-in here. Last 2 weeks, it's been all Matty Beniers this, Matty Beniers that. On the 21st, the team signed defenseman. Before I get to that, Riker Evans, the defenseman, the 2nd overall pick by the Kraken in last year's draft. He was the 2nd pick by Seattle in the draft last year, the 35th overall pick in the draft as a whole. Evans was named to the East Division All-Star team down in the WHL and earned the Bill Hickey Most Popular Player Award for the Regina Pats in the WHL. And on the 22nd, the team signed Riker Evans to a 3-year entry-level contract. He will start next season in the AHL. I believe he's already joined the Checkers in the AHL. He set WHL career highs in the 2021-2022 season in goals with 14, assists with 47, points with 61, a +- with +9, and game-winning goals with 3. So I know he obviously Beniers, being the number 2 overall pick in last year's draft. That was a big deal to sign him, and he had a 5-game point streak. I don't know if it extended to 6, but really important. He's made impact already.
Yeah,
and he's got. The ceiling for him is the roof and above. With Evans, I know there's been not as much hype about him, but there has been excitement about him. So I'm interested to see how that goes. Interested to see when he plays I know that Charlotte's in the playoffs. So how much playoff burn he gets down in the AHL, but also how he'll be able to do. I'm just assuming he's going to start next year out in the AHL, but with the Coachella Valley Firebirds, which will be Seattle's representative in the AHL. Because right now, I don't know if you ever saw that, we're splitting the Checkers with the Florida Panthers, so we're sharing a minor league team right now.
Yeah, I think you've mentioned that to me before.
Kind of odd,
weird,
but it works. So, also in team news, on the 25th, the team recalled goaltender Joey Decord and defenseman Dennis Chalosky. Both of those guys play with the Checkers down in Charlotte, but because Charlotte doesn't have games for a little bit of time while they wait for the playoffs, why not give them some time up in the NHL burn? See if they get any playing time. I know that in terms of they had their last practice today, open to the public, and defensemen Hayden Fleury and Vince Dunn were not present, so that opens up a spot for Chalosky. But in the goaltender spot, not too sure how Joey might fit in there, but we'll see about that. And obviously, there's 4 games, so there's plenty of time, I'd say, to get some experience out there. In league-related news, Marc-Andre Fleury will play at least 1 more season. The current Wild netminder reveals that he has plans to return for at least 1 more season. Flower's been a fan favorite around the league. So it'll be nice to see him play at least one more year. So looking ahead, the Kraken play their last 4 games of the season. They have a 26, 46, and 6 record, 26 wins, 46 losses, and 6 overtime losses, resulting in 58 points. As always, they sit at 8th in the Pacific Division. Their next 4 games are at the Vancouver Canucks on April 26th with a 7 o'clock puck drop. April 27th versus the LA Kings back at home with a 7 o'clock puck drop. April 29th versus the San Jose Sharks, the final home game of the season, a 7 o'clock puck drop. And then May 1st at the Winnipeg Jets, the final game of the season for Seattle, and 11 a.m. Pacific time puck drop. So I'd say if you've got the funds and you've got the reason to, I would get out there for those last, because again, outside of that wild game and the Stars game, and they always put a show on at home. The whole experience is really great, and you can say that you were there for the inaugural season. So that's history of its own right. So if you can do so, I would say do so.